stretchy. So what we have today, gamers, is we got some Just Chatting to start off today because we haven't had a Just Chatting stream in a little bit. We're also going to be talking about Tower Fantasy a little bit more in depth. We'll go over the current characters that are currently in the game and where they currently place. At least explaining their roles too, so that way you have a little bit better idea for a role and team building diversity. And honestly, it's just been super interactive, so I've been enjoying it quite a bit. All right, gamers, so what we got today, and also, yes, here is your comically large ladle that you asked for at the very end of stream for the mascot.
Yes! Perfect.
Konnichiwa, welcome to the stream. It's always good to see you. Never a reason to doubt, Sylvan. As long as you're nice and comfy. Yep, they voted for comically large.
Trying to hit a Shroomin, and it's only registering like every 8th hit.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, freaking bad right now.
It happens, it happens.
Yeah.
All right. So first off, let's start off with Crow, huh? So currently, right now, as we know, Crow is a main DPS. Despawn likes him quite a bit.
Okay, so I would actually be honest with you, I have barely been using Crow. I've been fucking rocking Nemesis like a son of a bitch.
Oh, you've been using your own support as the main DPS.
She does more damage.
It'd be like that. Kip, hi. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing? No, but all things aside, though, Crow does a lot of damage, and he's actually very valuable, in my opinion. Oh, you're a Deluxe Shrimp, so you know the King is S+ in my heart. Well, actually, it's funny that you mentioned that, but we'll get into that in a little bit. But honestly, because of Crow is listed as an attack unit and also main DPS for Volt types. Very, very good, very strong, especially with Nemesis out. Aki, when you get a chance to, in the beginning and also at the end, could you edit Nemesis in for the SS tier? She is currently an amazing, so she of course still will be, but she's an amazing unit right now. She is listed in the utility, so she is a support unit. She is able to heal and buff. A ridiculous unit to start things off with. If I recall correctly, yeah, I don't believe, because the slow, I don't believe that she would actually normally get dropped, but for global, we got her first, so not complaining. Let's see, next on the list would be Meryl. Meryl is A tier. She is a solid unit. She is actually listed, fun fact, even with the Claymore, she's actually a defensive unit, for those who didn't know. But she is one of the few shield breakers that we have. Yes, Meryl is a phenomenal unit, and she is really good and efficient at breaking shields.
Dirty as hell in PvP too.
True. We don't have enough information, or I haven't played Cobalt, whether in beta or in actual, so... Also, obviously, viewer discretion is advised when it comes to it. A lot of it's obviously going to be based off of my own opinion, of course, and the information that I was able to gather from playing or from other players during closed beta tests, and obviously now that servers are live. Next is going to be Zero. Zero is also a utility unit, able to provide some buffs and heals, and I would list him in the A tier. Very solid unit. Next is Huma. Huma is also A tier, and if I recall correctly, right next to Meryl, those are the two highest tier SSR tank units currently. For those who know,
That's the shield, right?
Correct. The one that turns into a giant axe.
Yeah, the freaking charge axe, basically.
Yeah, pretty much, and it's super fun. True.
I saw you fly across the map and went out.
You know, they always tell you growing up, try to aspire to be whatever you want to be, and I chose to be a helicopter. No, but pretty much. No, but Huma is very, very good. Very strong, especially with the more stars that you get her, then she'll be able to stack, especially I believe star 1, where she's able to get even more shield stacks for damage reduction. Extremely strong. You'll be honest, you don't know any of the character names? No, that's fine. And with time, you will learn them though. So no harm, of course.
I'm trying to be able to recognize them by their face, but I It's gonna be well for names.
You're fine. You're fine. Totally happens. Let's see. Next to round up our solid tier will be Shiro as a sub DPS. She is really, really good. Now, that was from my experience in using her during the CBT, but she is extremely strong, and with the multi-attacks, you can instantly set up her kit and swap to someone else's weapon and really take advantage of a lot of damage being output. Very strong. Now, next is going to be King. Now, King happens to be our premier shield breaker currently. And especially if you get his matrix, his personal matrix, he also attains the ability to sustain himself as well as the damage that he deals. A very, very strong unit. Very, 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 very strong unit. So, I mean, it goes without saying, right, that he goes right at the top.
Yep.
But he will not be the only one at the top. Next on the list is going to be Samir. Currently in the game, in my opinion, she's the best DPS unit in the game right now. At least until more units come out in the future. But she's very strong, very good, additive damage, and oh my goodness, the combos you can output. King is strong and handsome. He belongs at the top. Well, apparently, the game itself agrees. Because that's how he was made. He's made extremely strong. My word.
King is a king.
Right? Be what you want to be. I chose to be a helicopter. Tales from Sonic. True. Oh, found a house in your town. Oh, no internet for a while. Oh, I see. Trying to find like 5 different places. I see. It happens. King supremacy nodders. Samir is so fun to play. Yeah, I have on both servers. On the Lunalight server, I ended up getting 2 copies of her. Very nice. Design chef kiss. True. Have you seen what happens when you get 3 more of them? Turns into Sephiroth. I love it. I think that's great. All right, next is going to be Coco. Coco is currently our premier top healer. And also very good and efficient to use. She's a fun unit. Pulled her on my alt account. I played her on my CBT. She's on my main account. She's a very, very good and fun to play unit, in my opinion. When's the karaoke stream? The karaoke stream's in 13 days. That will be on the 27th. The 27th will be the karaoke stream.
Dude, let's go. Oh, shit.
Right? You might be able to make it. That sounds awesome. All right, now this should wrap up. Aki, be a dear once again and place Nemesis at the SS tier, please. Onegaishimasu. And crop out any and all needless filter to say. We want this tier list to be short and sweet for the gamers. Nodders. All right, that should effectively wrap up all of the current SSR units that are currently available on the global version. At the D tier, please, if you would have all of the original weapons from the EM sword all the way to the composite. Onegaishimasu, because that's where they belong. They're at the bottom of the tier. It's not too much, but that's just how it is.
It's not much, but it's not stays work.
True. Someone said Sephiroth. Yeah. If you get what is it? 3 stars. So
Yeah,
if you get
3 stars,
yeah,
okay.
so if you pull 4 kings, you get Sephiroth. I'm not memeing. That's pretty much what it is. Yeah, I'm not memeing. I actually mean that. Aki, would you be a dear? And no, Aki, find a picture of of King's alternative skin, and please just place it in here, okay? Just to make it easier for the gamers. Like, seeing is believing, right? You can make it. Nice. I'll be very happy to see you, of course. Time to get 3 more kings if I manage. True. All right, so now we have N to start things off. N is going to be in the B tier right now, as she is the premier tank right now for the SR units. Plus, big hammer, good bonk. Yeah, all the characters do, silly. All of the SSR characters that you see, when you have them at 3 stars, they come with alternative skin cosmetics. The whale arrow. Oh, no.
God damn.
It happens. It happens. It happens. But we'll be going in more in depth once we establish where every character is, though. So make sure you stay tight for that. All right. So next on our list is actually going to be for the main DPS for Bai Ling. Bai Ling is actually very strong, especially at 6 stars, though. So not a bad unit whatsoever. But then again, of course, no unit is
Bro, I'm fucking
actually
on
bad.
cycle right now.
That sounds amazing. But Bai Ling is actually very, very strong. Credit card no jutsu. So true. Now, let's see. Next on our list will be Hildy. Now, Hildy also classifies as a main DPS, but I find her main DPS to be lacking when it comes to, compared to Bai Ling, when it comes compared to especially the SSR counterparts as well. So I personally would list her in the C tier. None of the characters will be classified in the D tier. That spot is only reserved purely for the character list weapons, as we'll categorize them temporarily. Feels very validating. Nodders. But hopefully, like I said, ultimately this is going to be just based off of how I've currently experienced the game myself, for what I currently know about the game, and from what I can take from others. Now, that being said, though, ultimately, though, it's all opinion-based, but hopefully this gives you a rough idea of how your characters are viewed overall when some are curious on whether, oh, I pulled this unit, is this good? Just gives you a rough idea, you know? All right, so next is going to be Pepper, and Pepper is another healer. Very good, very strong. I enjoy using Pepper, though, for heal comps and stuff like that, but we'll go into more detail of that later. But last but not least is going to be Echo, and Echo is, I would still value Echo higher than Hildy, but there we go. That'll be pretty short and sweet. The rest of the SSRs listed down below, from I believe that is Cobalt B to Claudia, are currently not available in the game, so we won't be discussing them because we are not able to have an official, opinion about them if we're not able to use them. So, gamers, do you have any questions, comments, or concerns, or any complaints about where they're currently listed or are placed?
Yeah, I don't see Nemesis on there.
Well, yeah, that's because there's no tier list. There's like no tier list maker that even has her yet. What do you mean? I was gonna say, like, this is new for global, so it's pretty straightforward, honestly. Oh yeah. I saw, MB. Welcome to the stream, by the way, gamer.
What is up, home slice?
What's up, home skilly biscuit?
Does King need a footrest? I love it. So this is going to be pretty rudimentary of it. And now we're going to be going into more in-depth, of course, about the teams. So when it comes to team building, there are, as I said earlier, different types. So for example, even though Meryl and King are shield breakers, King is listed as an attack type and Meryl's listed as a tank. And even though, like, for example, as Despawn was saying that he claims that his Nemesis was doing more damage than Crow, that also, Crow is listed as a DPS, whereas Nemesis is listed as a utility or support unit. When you're building one of each type, then you have the balanced resonance. And balanced resonance will just give you some more shield break, a little bit of healing, and so on and so forth, But if you wanted to maximize, especially when you're playing with others in like dungeons, raids, etc., then it's really important that you pay attention to which resonance that you're using when you're building your team. For example, if you are using 2 tanks, for example, so 2 defensive units, then you'll get the tank bonus. The tanking bonus will provide more damage reduction for you and 800% more aggro, making it more efficient for your team. That being said, if you run 2 DPS types or 2 attack types in your teams when you are composing them, then you have yourself a pretty sweet deal because you'll get a damage bonus for opting to be the main DPS carry. And then lastly, of course, there's still the Benediction, which is running 2 supports or 2 healer classified characters in the same team, which will give you a 100% healing bonus and an additional 100 with another team. So overall, there's so much more versatility in this game. So I think it's amazing that it gives you a rough idea on what to do with them. Ultimately, hopefully you still have all that I've asked for edited in promptly. This will give you just a quick overview and understanding of where the game is currently at. I'm very excited for more characters in the future though, and where that's going to lead for the air quote meta. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one. We tried to make this short and sweet, and I hope you're enjoying Tower of Fantasy. Let me know your thoughts down below on what do you think about the tier list, and what do you think about the game right now, and where it's going to be heading in the future. But for now, thanks for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. But until then, sayonara.